Hey everyone, wait for all to come on. How's your day? Good. Good. If you're on, say hey so I know you're there. Welcome to Wednesday, hump day, middle of the road. Mandy, how are you? Got your coffees? Just wait for mute. Blah, blah. Hi Maria, trying to speak and I can't get it out, so it's really crazy. How's your day? How's your week been? Good? Mandy Cottrell. Hump day. Did any of you see the show on Sunday night? It was incredible. It was so good. Loved it. Is anyone from Canada? Any newbies? I am having a great week. Yeah, I'm in the sort of like organizing to move in the next month, and so I'm actually packing up stuff and getting rid of stuff that I don't need anymore, and it's just a really good, I guess, a spring clean, if you want to say it. So who else is doing a bit of spring cleaning, getting rid of some stuff? How many of you got rid of the old jeans that I told you to get rid of a few months back? The ones you're not going to fit in, that you've held on to for how many years? So you watched the replay. Awesome, Maria. Did you love it? Loved having Sharon on. And got some exciting news as well. So I don't know how God, I can't get my words out today. I feel like I don't know. Reva, have been cleaning up. Good. Bridie, how you going? So we had Sharon Tull on the show on Sunday night, and it was amazing. We had some really cool times, but I have some exciting news for you. So coming up on the 27th, we have the one and only animal messenger, animal dreamer himself, Scott Alexander King. He's going to be on the show, so you have to tune in for that one. I know that some of you asked for him, and he's graciously given me his time, which I'm so appreciative of because I know how busy he is. Hey, brother. What are you doing, Austin? Getting rid of old husband vibes. I love it, Mandy. How are you doing that? I want to know how you're getting rid of your old husband. Gail, how are you going? Is anybody new on the show today? Anyone new? Welcome if you are. My table's a bit wobbly today. I'll just sort it out. Whoa. There we go. Is that better? What are you up to, brother? Are you behaving, Mr. Scott? Your niece is the biggest crack up ever. I should say our niece. I own her as well. She sent me this picture. You should have seen it. It was well funny. Lisa, how you going? Welcome. Where are you from, Lisa? If you've just joined, welcome to today's banter. I'm going to be doing some card readings today. So have a think about what questions you have. Austin, you're not new, slightly used. Oh, you're sort of behaving. You're in northern New South Wales, Lisa. Brilliant. Welcome to the show anyway. And it's a pleasure to have you. Austin, you're never going to behave. Don't ever change. Then we'd have to worry about you. You used to live in Melbourne. Whereabouts in Melbourne? We got an extra 2 weeks lockdown. I know, Maria. I'm in Melbourne as well. So we're all dealing with it at the same time. We're all in this together, guys. Beautiful, Mandy. There's nothing better than actually, when you move on from a relationship, or you move on from something, you actually take it and own it yourself, if that makes sense. Sometimes you just have to do a total cleanse and repaint the walls, or buy a new sofa, or something like that. And it's really important. Even buy a new piece of artwork, and how you're making it your own, Mandy. Apart from throwing all his clothes out and his bad record collection. Yeah. Look, Lisa, I will whinge and whine at the fact I'm a Gemini and I hate my wings being clipped. But I haven't had to endure as much of it as some people, apart from the fact that, I can't see my beautiful love as much as I would love to. But yeah, that it's been pretty what's productive for me, I would have to say. I've done some writing and caught up on a few things, and I really have to say that, as much as I whinge about it, I haven't had it as tough as some other people. So I actually feel really blessed. It's made me go inside myself and work out a few things internally. It's made me address certain things in my life, and I think I'm coming out the end of it better for it. So as much as we're spring cleaning the outside, we need to spring clean in here as well. Put a new paint in. You love it. Awesome. That's so cool. Hey, all right, who has a question for me? Let's get into it. Let's not talk too much about the big wide world out there. Let's just have some fun. I've got heaps of cards with me today. I've got some beautiful new cards as well coming. Animal Dreaming Publishing cards. Don't forget, if you if you didn't get Sharon's cards the other day, jump online. I'll put the link up, and you can actually get her cards still. But today I'm going to, let me see, use another deck of my favorite cards by Scott, because I love them. Nature's Wisdom cards by Scott Alexander King. And if you didn't hear me earlier on, Scott is going to be on our show on the 27th of this month. How exciting is that? Have any of you seen him work before? Have anyone had a reading with him? He's so cool. Knocking walls out. Mandy, that's excessive to get rid of the husband. Knocking walls out. Painting and renovating with your help. Di's in on it too. Awesome. I love Di. She's amazing. Okay, so what I'm going to do, so that I don't forget, I'm going to read. I think I'm going to go with Leah. Okay, Leah? There you go, Leah. Let's have a look and see what we've got for you. Okay, so I'm using the Incredible Nature's Wisdom cards by Scott Alexander King. These are my favorite cards because they really are a representation of how we do our medicine walks in shamanism. You might have heard the indigenous aboriginals, they go on and they go walkabout to get their ideas, and the shamans of North America, they might go on a vision quest, and what they actually do is they just look around and connect to nature, and they just get messages from animals, they get messages from the sky, they get messages from the weather, the trees, the rocks, just anything actually, and they just look for that guidance and they bring it on. So these cards were written by Scott in that view, that it is a medicine walk. And as a shamanic practitioner myself, I've taken many people over the years on actual medicine walks and just asked them, take note of what's in your world right now, have a look at it, see what you can find that jumps out at you, because it's going to be a message. And for you guys today, even outside these cards that I'm using at the present time, during your day today, what jumps out at you? Pay attention to it, because it's the universe and spirit giving you guidance that you've asked for. So let's have a look, Gail. We'll see what we've got here for you. And we'll bring this up. One's jumped out. Okay. The one that's jumped out is bark. Okay, it's like tree bark. All right. The first thing that jumps to my mind is protection, but let's have a look and see what Scott says. Your aura is in need of maintenance. Your defenses are down. Cleanse carefully. Protection is required. See, he trained me well. Remain alert, rest up, and rethink all rash decisions. Interference on several levels from many sources is a valid possibility at this time. So, Gail, what I'm hearing in this card and what I know about this card is that I really feel like you need to step back a little bit from the people that are near and around you. I know that's kind of easy because, you know, COVID's going on, but I still am talking about energy connections, okay? The etheric connections, the cords that we connect to people. You know, when you just, you know, like thinking of somebody and the phone rings, and it's because we have a cord connected to them and we just know things. That's our psychic and our etheric side jumping in going, hey, this person's going to call you, or hey, this person's not okay. And we jump in. You know, with your kids, you just know they're up to mischief and you go looking for them. Chances are they're up to something mischief. But anyway, this is talking about protection. And I really feel as if the amount of energy, Gail, that you give to people is excessive at times. And I just want to say to you, reserve it for yourself, bring it back to you, and actually just allow that energy to heal. Jump in the shower, have a salt bath. If you can get hold of any peppermint, you can get a peppermint wash. That's incredible for actually cleansing the auric field. I think you can get it from naturopaths and things like that. I used to use it all the time after the bigger shows and things like that. So, you know, I just want to say to you, protect yourself a little bit more, okay? The bark on the outside of the tree protects it, okay? And I just feel as if, you know, you need to just rest. Your mind's overactive. You know, you're going. And I just want to say pause and breathe, okay? Pause and breathe. You know, you're tired. When you're tired, your aura gets cracks in it or tears in it. You know, when you're angry and frustrated and hurt and all those things, the aura will tear as well. And when that tears, it allows dis-ease, not disease, but dis-ease coming in. And it just means that it's almost like, in a way, your immune system becomes compromised, but it's your energy system that becomes compromised. And so you do feel tired, lethargic, and drained. So this card is just saying, pull it back to you. Cleanse your aura. Even a good old smudge will help with that. You know, just something. Go for a swim. Rinse under the water. Take that extra 5 minutes in the shower, and you know, bring it in. Okay, darling, that card is for you. So I hope, I'm sending it with love and blessings, and I hope that you have an incredible day. And yeah, protect yourself. Okay, spend some time with you. Put your defenses up and cleanse that auric field. There you go. Okay, where are we at now? Leah, you haven't missed a card? No, you haven't. Maria, how you going? Are you good? How are we dealing with the extended restrictions? Pam, we don't have a choice but to deal with it, you know, and I guess it's something we can't control. And as I always say, you know, we can only control us. We can't control the world around us. So as frustrating as it is, it's really hard for me, you know, as a barber, you know, even though I don't have a barber shop at the present time, Nelly did something, said to me, don't buy it right now. You know, literally had the contract in front of me to sign. All the terms and conditions were ready. It was the perfect shop that I wanted. And Spirit just said to me, this was back in February, I think it was. And Spirit just said to me, don't, just pause. And I thought, all right, you know what? I've got to trust my instinct on this, even though it was the perfect shop, the perfect environment. It was in my hometown. It had everything that I needed. It was, you know, it was perfect. But something said, just don't do it. And then a few weeks later, up comes COVID. So Spirit saved my butt in a lot of ways. And, you know, I find it really heartbreaking watching all of my friends post on their Facebook pages and their Instagram accounts, just how, you know, how they're struggling. And, just how damaging this epidemic has been on their barbershops and their businesses. And I know it as a business owner, and I've owned barbershops in the past, and just how much work and love and dedication goes into these places. And then you have to shut the door and then open the door and then shut it again. It's just been really, really hard. And so I just want to send out a big hey to, all of those guys that I love and adore, and every barber that's struggling with their business. And not only the barbers, but every business owner. I've got a lot of friends in the tattoo industry as well, and they can't open either. And it's just heartbreaking, to see your friends go through this. So I just want to acknowledge and a shout out to all the the businesses, big and small, who have really been harmed by this epidemic. It's really, really hard. How are you, Gail? Guys, as always, the way that I'm going to read these cards is I'm going to go with who I'm drawn to and try and get to each and every one of you. So at the moment, I'm going to go with Pam, I think. So Pam, if you're still online, this card is for you. Yeah, exactly. Well, in Victoria, they can't. It's really hard. Hey, Southeast, you've got a home salon. You just want to open. Oh, Charlotte, I really, I can empathize with that, sweetheart. And I really feel that, it's going to be a hard slog. But on a good note, at least you have a home business, and, you're not struggling to sort of pay extreme rent and stuff like that. Andrea, I can see your question. Okay, I will get to everybody, so just bear with me. I'm doing a reading for Pam at the moment. So Pam, just waiting for Spirit to give me the right card, and we'll get on with your reading, if that's okay. Today I'm using Nature's Message cards by Scott Alexander King. If you've just joined us, I actually have Scott come in on the 27th. Okay, and if you like what you see today, a little bit later I will pop up an email address, and you can book online for a reading, a one-on-one. It's always incredible energy when I have my one-on-one readings, and I just love the gift of being able to help people and just put their minds to ease and let them know that their loved ones are fine and that their loved ones are okay. All right, Pam, let's go with this. Okay, Spirit's given me your card, so let's have a look and see what it is. Eggshells. Okay, no, it sounds weird, but let's have a look and see what Scott's written. A new beginning. Okay, we've got possibilities are assumed to be healthy, but are yet as unconfirmed. A step forward has been witnessed by Spirit. Your innate trust has been acknowledged. An educated risk has been taken. Although fragile, you are ready now to birth a new idea. So Pam, you're on the right track with this one. Okay, it's just showing me that you're birthing a new idea. That there's incredible possibilities that's behind it. Even though sometimes you find fear in things, you've actually gotten up the courage to actually take a chance. And so whatever that is, sweetheart, I really wish you all the best. Okay, just take it easy. Okay, eggshells are fragile, and it's not to be walking on eggshells, but you sometimes you have to start with your foundations and your concepts and ideas. And I can see that whatever you're mulling over in your mind and whatever you're working on, it's in its infancy, but I do feel that it will actually progress probably more towards next year, I would say, because this year's may as well wipe it all off. But certainly concepts and ideas, I can see they're coming forward for you. And I just want to say, embrace it, embrace this time. We're stuck in COVID, and it's almost like we've been shoved in a womb. So rebirth yourself, jump out there and have a go. Okay, so I hope that makes sense for you. Eggshells rebirth, beautiful. And jump on in there and have a go. It's the same with everybody. Like if you've got an idea, a thought, or a concept, and you're looking for something to move forward with, take the time and pause, set up your foundations, have a look at it. How does it feel to have this business? How does it feel to bring forward your thoughts and ideas into your heart space? Because I'm a big believer that if you think it and you feel it, you can achieve it. Focus, believe, achieve. Okay, they're my three: focus, believe, achieve. And if you do those things and totally believe in yourself, you got it covered. So there you go, Pam. Hope that's okay for you, and I'm sending love and blessings your way. Okay, let me see now. Where are we at? Let me look here. Andrea Gamma or Gamer, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but you're asking for help. Okay, so I can give you some guidance on a card. I'm happy to do that. Pam's just confirming, applied for a new job, need to do a bit more study, but have been accepted. So that all makes sense. Oh my goodness, Spirit gives me the itchiest noses when I read. JJ saying, hello, gorgeous, and hey, beautiful souls. Hi, JJ, how are you? We're going to get her on this show one day. That will be fun. Geordie Janes I'm talking about, and we work quite often together. Hey everyone. Okay. Milu, how are you? Are you good? All right, let me go. I'm going to go with Charlotte Clement here. I'm just going with who I'm guided to. So bear with me. Geordie's just said, yes, I would love to be on the show. So there you go. We're going to have Geordie Janes on the show one day. Christine, how you going? All right, let's have a look here. Whoops. All right, we're going to go with Milu. I hit the wrong one, but that's okay. We'll get back to the other one. So bear with me. Hey there, you. How are you, honey? Stopping for a moment and chat soon. Yeah, okay, JJ, ciao. Shelly, I love you, and incredible. So, my best friend Shelly's online here, and I just want to shout out to her and her beautiful partner Nancy, who live in California. And what they've actually done is opened up their ranch for animals that have been had to be relocated due to the bushfires. And in Australia, we know how hard it is when bushfire comes. I mean, look, you've only got to look at February and what happened. And, you know, just the destruction of, you know, when you look at it now and you look at how much of Australia was on fire, it's kind of surreal. But, you know, I really feel for anybody that, you know, has been struck down by bushfires or affected by bushfires. And Shelley and her partner Nancy have just been incredible. They've got horses, they've got chickens, they've got goats, cows, bulls, you name it. They've taken it in. And, you know, I just want to shout out to them and just say, you know, thank you for helping these incredible beasts. You know, people don't realize all the time that the animals are severely traumatized. They feel it too, you know, mentally and emotionally, they feel it. And, you know, it's just such a beautiful thing to see kind, loving people take them in, nurture them and love them. And, yeah, I just want to say thank you. And thank you to anybody else that takes animals in as well, because it's, you know, it's such a beautiful thing to see. All right, Milu, I'm going to grab a card for you. If you've just joined us, say hey, jump on. If you're new for the first time, let me know so I know that I can say hey. Where are you from? Where's everyone from? I'm reading it as I'm shuffling. So if I don't answer your messages, doesn't mean I haven't seen them, but it just means I'm focusing on the reading that I'm doing, guys. So if I'm a little bit quiet during a read, you know, I need to pull myself in a little bit because I get a little bit distracted from time to time because I love to talk to everyone. But you know, I'm going to try and be good and focus on the reading. So if I'm not responding to your messages, please don't think that I haven't seen them. I've got them all on the right-hand side of my screen, and I'm going to go through them and answer your questions as I get them. Hey, Nick, Reva, how you going? Charlotte, what part of the UK are you from? Welcome. You're from the Philippines. Look at this. Look where you're from. How cool is that? All right, Milu, let's have a look here. Right, you've got moss, okay? Moss. There you go. Beautiful card. We're using Scott Alexander King's Nature Wisdom cards today. Okay, so let's have a look. Scott's written here, you are being encouraged to release, surrender, and move on, thus avoiding stagnation. Dormancy is only positive if you're resting. The negative is redundancy and avoidance. To rely on false protection initiated by denial guarantees that the future will remain torpid. So basically, what I want to say to you, Milu, is move forward. Don't be moss on a rock. Don't get stuck. Okay, don't get stuck. All right, all of us can feel comfortable from time to time. We get in our ruts, we get into ways that we like, and just, I guess it's laziness, and we just get so comfy in life that we just don't change. You might have the same haircut for 50 odd years, or you might have the same t-shirt for 10 years, and how we all have that one t-shirt that has got holes in it, and you just don't want to throw it out because it's nice and it's soft, and if anyone tries to throw it out, we just about kill them. Yeah, I've got a couple of those. But the same thing applies here. It's energetically, you've got to keep moving. You've got to go with the flow. If we stand still, there's no point in living in this existence. Life is about learning. Life is about growing. Life is about moving forward and taking every opportunity and taking every chance that we possibly can. So, Mula, this is just saying, get out of that rut of being comfortable. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's another one that my Barber master taught me. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable and move forward. Shift yourself off that rock. Rocks are grounding. Rocks are obstacles. You don't want to be stuck on an obstacle, and move forward. Okay. It only has to be something different, something small. You don't have to move the whole mountain in one moment. Just do something different. It might be go to work a different way. It might be try something different to eat, try different haircut, different hairstyle, different toothpaste, whatever it is, just try something different. Keep that energy flowing and keep that energy moving. So I hope that makes sense for you, Milou. Get off the rock and move forward. Moss, there you go. All right, let me have a look here now. Carol Atkin. Okay, let's have a look for you, Carol, see what we have. You're welcome. Charlotte, welcome from the UK. What part of the UK are you from? Hayden, well, there you go. Where have you been, lad? I haven't seen you in ages. You've been missing in action. Have you been working hard or something? Hope you've been well. Okay, so if you've just jumped online, just letting you all know, I am seeing your messages, okay? But I'm trying to discipline myself a little bit more and not talk and get distracted by my questions, because I just love to talk to everybody. But I really need to sort of like focus on what I'm actually doing with Spirit. I've got a bit of kick up the ass from Spirit, and a few other methods during the week. And I thought, fair enough. You know what? This is your guys' show, and it's really important for me to give you the best show that I possibly can. And so, the more advice I get, and people are coming in and they're giving me advice and they're giving me feedback and they're giving me all these things that help make this a better show for you guys. And that's what I'm here for. So let's have a look. Okay, Carol, let's see what we have for you, sweetie. I'm glad you're okay, Hayden. All right, let's get into this. See what we have here for you. We have the sky. There you go, Carol, the sky. Okay, this one says there are no boundaries. Restraining your potential at this time. Oh, I've got to read it again. I just had a bit of a brain fart for a second. I thought, what's this mean? There are no boundaries restraining your potential at this time. You can reach any height, okay? You represent unlimited possibility. Focus your intent and visualize. You will achieve now. You're about to embark on a journey that promises to reap rewards. Your path is fertile. What a card, hey? The sky. The sky's the limit, Carol. All right. So whatever it is that you're dreaming about now, it's very similar to the reading that I had before. But it's just saying that there are no boundaries. The only thing that limits you is you yourself. Okay. If all you think is this is all you can achieve, then that's all you're going to achieve. But if you believe and focus that anything is possible, you can do anything. But you just got to believe in yourself. You've got to actually push yourself, okay? Sometimes we don't like things. Now, Scott the other day was talking about spider medicine, and I have to bring this in here because I've just been guided to remind you of the spider medicine. And there are two types of spider medicine. One is the hunter, and one is the receiver, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's the right word, but one weaves a web and brings the abundance to it, but the hunter goes out and gets it. okay, goes out and gets it. What I'm seeing here, Carol, for you is actually the hunting spider. So it's the huntsman, you know. And as Scott always says, and as he taught me a long time ago, you got to go out there and get it. You know, the spiders are incredible beings. You know, as he was explaining yesterday on his TV show, on his radio show, Animal Dreaming Radio, what he was actually saying is that you know, the spider's incredible, even though we all get scared of the huntsman. And let me tell you, I hate spiders. And Ariana keeps bringing in spiders. The other day, she swiped a huntsman off the wall, and I had to try and get it out. And I hate them, but I don't want to kill them. So here I am with this big broom, like trying to get this spider out and stop her from like bonking it on the head as it went out the door. But you know, they actually, as Scott was saying the other day, they actually aren't big spiders. They're quite small. And if you have a look at the way they're actually built, they have the infinity symbol, the body and the head bit, I guess. Just it's like the infinity symbol. So you've got the infinity symbol on the spider. They've got 8 legs and usually got 8 eyes as well, which is the, you know, if anybody knows numerology, number 8 is just an incredibly sacred number. And so, Carol, that's the spider that I'm actually seeing for you as we bring in the sky, okay? So Spirit's just saying the sky's the limit, but you need to go out there and believe in yourself and make it yours, okay? So that's the message for today. The sky's the limit. Get out there and get it. Make it yours. Believe in yourself and understand that the only thing that's going to limit you is you yourself, okay? Hopefully that helps, gives you a bit of guidance. All right, let me have a look. Let's see who we've got on here. Bridie, Ella. Oh, Ella, you're so cute. Of course you can have a card. Okay, let's get Ella up here. How sweet is that? I love reading for kids. And you know, I will not read psychically for a child or mediumship for a child, because I believe that they're in their fundamental stages of learning and receiving and just growth and things like that. And kids, unfortunately, you know, they take everything on verbatim. So I will do an aura reading for a child. But if I have a card deck like this, and these are great for children, or Scott's got teacher creature, I think it's called teacher creature cards, illustrated by the incredible Sue Dolman, and those cards are absolutely beautiful. An oracle deck set for kids. So you know, I will do some readings for children, but it's just you know, brief guidance, and because you don't want them to hang on to everything verbatim, and they do because they believe in everything. They're just like little sponges that suck it all up. So yes, of course, Ella, and we've got Bridie online as well. So we always ask the parents' approval as well, you know, because it's just really important. But Ella, let's have a look here. I love your name. I love the name Ella. I think it's a beautiful name. Okay, let me have a look. Let's see what card we have for you. Oh, Hayden, take it easy, okay? Hopefully we'll see you on Sunday. You're welcome, Carol, anytime. Nick, how are you, mister? Oh my God, Nick, I'm such a spaz. There you go. I've done my drop for the day. Wouldn't be a day without dropping my cards, would it? It would not be a day without dropping my cards. You know what? I was going to learn to shuffle properly, but I just think it's a part of who I am, and you know, it gives you an all chuckle, and you all just wait for me to drop them. I know you do. Hunter gatherer. There you go. Hayden said the spiders are hunters and gatherers. All right, Ella, let's have a look here. See what we can give you. Do you know what, Ella? I'm going to swap the cards over just for you. I'm going to get the fairy ones. Okay, so another beautiful friend of mine. Hopefully one day I'll be able to get her on for you. Sharon McLeod, and the fairy cards, the message fairy cards, fairy message cards, fairy cards, whatever. Okay, so these cards have got fairies on them. And look, see, look, all fairies on them. I love them. And I just love the way that they got the dots all around them. They're just so cool. All right, let's have a look, see what fairy cards we've got for you. Never know which way to shuffle these. Nick, I'm sorry. I just saw the name Nick. Can't you like write Nicole or something on there? All right. Oh my goodness. It's really funny when you swap cards over and they're a different size. And these are another like smallish deck, but they're not as small as Scott's. Like there's a big difference. Hey Nick, how are you? The artwork on these cards is incredible. Yes, I love her artwork, and yeah, got some good things coming. Oh look, one's right. It's jumped out. Okay, here we go. Ella, do you see that? Isn't she pretty? She's got flowers all over her. She's the black-eyed Susan. And basically it says here, I'll read it out to you. Many things are unfolding. Be patient. Things will happen in their own time. Do you hear that, Ella? Be patient. I know that Mum's sitting there going, yeah, nodding her head. Okay. What this card is saying is that you need to slow down. Okay. Finish things that you start before you move on to something else. Okay. She's going to help you to find inner peace in this busy, crazy world. So basically, Ella, what this beautiful card is saying is that you just need to be patient. You need to maybe meditate a little bit. I don't know whether you know how to meditate or just, sit quietly and, just let that chitter chatter and that noise and the TV and the video games or whatever you're playing with, just be quiet and just sit in the quiet of your room for 10 minutes and just do nothing. Okay. Just do nothing and just listen to your heartbeat. You know, when you get in the bath and you lie down, you can hear your heartbeat and the blood running through. It's like that. You can actually hear your heartbeat. So this fairy is just saying, be quiet, be patient, and meditate. Okay. Meditate. So there you go. What a cute card, huh? There you go, Ella. You're welcome, sweetie. I hope you have an amazing day. Righto. Where am I going to go? I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to go with let me have a look. Bear with me. Has anybody got any questions that I can answer? Where am I going? I'm waiting for spirit. We are. River's been cleaning up. Let me see here. If I've missed your messages, just keep writing them down because it scrolls through. Sometimes it just goes that far back and I can't find them. So yeah, just bear with me. Jackie O'Sullivan, I'm not doing mediumship readings at the minute, but if something comes through, I'll certainly jump on and see what I can do. Nick's from Scotland. Hey. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go with Austin. All right. You have a question, Bridie, but you're not ready to say it out loud. Mandy, yes, I do feel that you are on the right track. But I am feeling as if there's a few small obstacles in the way that you're going to have to come across. Now, an obstacle doesn't necessarily mean that it's a negative obstacle. I just feel as if there's a couple of things that either need finalizing or organizing before you can actually move forward and move fluidly on the track that you've chosen, if that makes sense. But I definitely feel like whatever you've changed in the last few weeks is has had a positive impact, and I just feel that you are moving forward, but it's like finalization or something like that that actually has to happen in order for you to move forward. But yeah, I don't feel like it's a negative thing. I just feel like it's finalization or organization, something along those lines, if that makes sense. Um, Mandy. Okay. All right, let me have a look here. All right, so Austin, let's have a look and pull a card for you. I'm going to use the wisdom cards, the nature wisdom cards. I dropped one. I'm going to use it though. I'm going to use this one because it jumped out. Cocoon. Okay. You're experiencing a time of sacred transition. Everything is happening in its own time. This transformation was signed. You knew it was coming. Embrace it. Breathe life into it. You will experience growth and development on all levels, and there will be 3 phases. There you go. Okay. And the reason why he's written the 3 phases is because it's a cocoon. And we all know that what lives in a cocoon is a little caterpillar. Okay. So we all go through the world cruising along like a little caterpillar, looking up at things, going, wow, look at the sky. Everything looks big because we're down on the ground and we see big grass in our face and all that sort of stuff. And then suddenly we feel like fat and sluggish, and we get into the cocoon and we think, wow, everything's dead. What's going on here? Can't get out. You push against the walls and you're stuck in it. You feel stuck, you feel disconnected, you can't reach anybody, like pushing against the walls, trying to get out, and you just almost give up. And then suddenly something happens and you feel that tingling and you just know that something incredible is coming. I know you all know this. It's like you just feel it in your gut that something amazing is coming forward. And so then what happens is you jump out of that cocoon and you're like this amazing, beautiful butterfly. Okay. And, whereas before you were this little grub cruising along the ground, you're now like in the sky and you're looking down on things. So you have a different perspective on life. You can see what's actually going on. You can see all of the things that the caterpillar looked up at. Now you can see and look down on. And so you can actually see where you've come from. And now you can see like vastness and where you're going, and just incredible opportunities. Like, you can go to the mountains, you can go to the beach, wherever your wings want to take you. And that's what I feel with this cocoon, Austin. I feel like, you really have the opportunity to sort of like break out of those restrictions and actually allow yourself to come forward and, just be a better version of who you already are. I mean, you're an incredible guy. I'm biased, but in saying that, I know that you do feel down about yourself occasionally. I know that you're a big heart in a big guy, but I just feel like you want something more, and spirit's just giving me that little nudge and that little whisper to say, hey, it's coming, so don't worry about it. I know you felt stuck, and I know you feel like you can't get out of things, and I know you feel like there's no hope, but those wings are coming for you, Austin. So just hold on, lad, because you really are in for an incredible ride. Okay, lots of love coming your way. I've said this before, you need to open that heart up again, and you need to learn to receive for you. You give it out to everyone, but you don't allow yourself to receive it. And I think that this is what this card is about, and that's how I'm going to place it for you. So love and blessings. There you go. Where am I now? All right, Nick, let's have a look for you. Hey, so it makes sense, Austin. Maria's asked here, do all dreams I make have significance? About 3 weeks ago, you had weird dreams, some in and some I'm looking at. Yes, Maria, dreams are very, very symbolic. Okay, they very are. They very are. That's good English. I'm glad the professor's not watching. I'm always getting corrected for my spelling, and I'm like, it's a typo. It's like my phone typos. Sometimes it doesn't, but I say it does anyway. But I think she calls me on it anyhow. It's like, yeah, you're always in trouble for that one. I'm sure my phone does that one though, in my defense. But yeah, punctuation. What was I doing? Do all dreams I make? Yes, dreams are really significant. Okay. And something that I always teach my students is the importance of symbols and symbology, and these two, symbology, in everything like this. Because what happens is when you sleep, you go into that theta brain state, and you are in that state where spirit can reach us easily, because we're almost like in between worlds, if that makes sense. And spirit can communicate with us when we're in that theta state. And when you meditate and things like that, you're in that theta brain state. So you've got your alpha, beta, and theta state. Okay. And so, yes, they do. They give us messages, they give us signs, they give us symbols. And so definitely, Varia, whatever you're dreaming, get a dream book and write it down. Okay. And then just, just log it down, a dream diary. And when you wake up and you have a dream, and this is great for everybody, Ella, you too, sweetheart, just have a book next to your bed and a pen, and if you're dreaming something, just write it down, and then get yourself a dream interpretation book and actually look up what those symbols mean, or look up what those things mean that you've actually seen. Because what happens is then you can actually go, oh my goodness, that makes a lot of sense to where I am at the present time. And so, yes, definitely, Maria, it's really important to log your dreams and have an understanding of symbols and symbology, because it's the universe giving us guidance all the time. That makes sense. Yes, see, Pam, blame autocorrect. I think she's too smart for that. Hey, Montana, USA. Welcome, John. How are you today? You're from the Crow Indian Reservation. Wow. Do you know what? I know this sounds really bizarre, but all my life I have been fascinated by crows and ravens. And I used to have these incredible cards in my shop that were Native American pictures from the 1800s, and it was the Crow Reservation. It was the Crow people. And so I've always felt really connected to you guys, and it's such a pleasure to have you on here. How beautiful. You would like to know what your spirit guides' names are. Okay, that's an interesting one, John. Okay, so I don't know how in tune you are with your heritage or your culture, but the easiest way to connect to your spirit guides is through meditation, or through a vision quest. Okay, so it just depends on which way you want to go with things. But usually, if you sit quietly and you actually, just clear your mind and just tune into your guides, ask them what their names are. Just ask them what their names are, and start off with, can you give me the initial of your name? And then the name will actually come forward. I do feel that you have 3 primary guides there, John. Okay, that they're showing me, and I'm being urged to say this is just the beginning of your journey. Okay, so I feel like you're actually connecting, and you're actually you're actually coming into yourself, if that makes sense. And I just feel as if like what you're actually tapping into is not only your heritage, but it's almost like the river that runs through you, if that makes sense. You've got this sense of knowing but not understanding entirely what's actually going on there. And I'm just being guided to say to you, this is just the beginning of your journey. You're only just kind of stepping in and embracing the heritage that you've been so blessed to have been born into. I know a lot of people that would absolutely give their back teeth to be a part of any reservation, but the Crow people have always been something that I've been drawn to. And it's really funny because if you scout through things and look through things, and then you go and look at where it comes from. For me, it's always come back to the Crow people. So it's really bizarre that you've jumped on here. I guess it's spirit saying, hey, here you go. I'll put you guys together. But yeah, Nick, you haven't. I'm just jumping in here. So just bear with me. Yeah, so you've been doing your shamanic healing. Awesome. I hope that you're using your drum, and I hope that you're just going with the vibration of what's actually being sent to you. Just feel the universal energy, John. Okay, feel the universal energy. You have a sacred name. You haven't got. Yes, you can. Of course, you can. You don't have a drum. Okay, you need a drum. But yeah, we can work that out a little bit later. So yes, I just wanted to welcome you and just say hey, but I'll talk to you a little bit later if that's okay. My phone rings. How rude. How have people ring? Turn her off. That's my fault because I didn't have my phone on silent, because I always miss calls because I forget to turn it back on. So anyway, John, welcome to the banter. It's a pleasure to have you from the Crow Reservation. Beautiful people, and I hope to someday visit. So yeah, send me that request and I'm more than happy to talk to you. And yeah, blessings, 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 blessings. Now, for those of you that don't know, Crow medicine is law. It's law. When you look at we look at Raven is magic, and then Crow medicine is law. And the way that I've always been taught it, and the way that I've always worked with it, is that the Raven will come in and provide the magic. So there is a really big difference between the Raven and the Crow. Okay. The color's different, the call is different. And for those of you living in Victoria, every blackbird that we see is a raven. Okay, we don't have any crows, in Melbourne. We don't have any crows in Victoria, really. They might cross over the border from New South Wales, but no, Victoria doesn't have crows. So there you go. All those birds that you see in McDonald's, picking out the rubbish, they're ravens. And they're about magic, but the Crow is about law. And basically what happens is if you ignore the signs and the symbols that you're being given, if you ignore, the messages and guidance that you're being given, you're going to get Crow medicine. And what's going to happen is that the universe is going to say, you're not listening to us, so you're going to cop the Crow, and the Crow is going to make things happen. It's almost like the Tower card. He'll just come in and he will just force change on you. Okay, he'll force you to listen, force you to look, and force you to understand what the universe has been trying to tell you that you're not actually listening to. So there you go, Crow and Raven, really big difference. I always love the Crow call because it always sounds like he's saying asshole. It's really funny. But yeah, there you go. Bride is a descendant of Sioux Indian. Awesome. Possibly. I haven't heard that word eat crow, but yeah, it's interesting. But there you go. Welcome to the banter, John. Hope to see you back soon. Okay, now where do I need to go? Okay, Nick, get back to your reading. Or did I already do yours? Did I do your reading? Oh my goodness. No, I didn't. Okay, cool. There's no law here at the moment. Good one. Oh my gosh. I know. Yeah, I know. It's all right, Michaela. I'm onto it. I'm just laughing at Nick's comment. That explains why there's no law here at the moment. Yeah, no crows. It's all ravens. All right, let's have a look. Oh, look, spider web. Oh, we're just talking about spiders too. Okay, so let's see what he's written on here. You stand at a crossroad. You have a choice. Despite fear, your choice will prove sound. Realization that you will bring a dream of fruition. You have witnessed your future and manifested. You'll discover your purpose and harness latent potential. Choose direction and go now. Right. Okay. So, Nick Shea, what this is telling me is that you have an idea, you have a concept, you know where you want to go, but you just need to step onto that path. Okay. Bring in all of that abundance and that joy and that love and the passion that you know, is deep within inside you, and actually step forward. I don't know what you're up to or what you're doing, but I do see a lot of purple energy around it. To me, that's always spirit work. Okay, so I'm just feeling as if you know, there's a little bit more going on in you than you're letting people know, and I feel like you're going to come out with a big bang. It's like you're jumping out of this parcel at Christmas time. That's how I see things. And whatever it is, I just want to say to you, you know, focus on it. You know, don't lose sight. Put those blinkers on. See that end prize and just keep going. Don't be like me and like jump all over the place and try everything all over the place. And I just want to say to you, just keep going, keep moving forward, and step onto that new path, because I just see like two choices going here, and I just want to say, make one. You know, make one. This one might be this one might be, oh, my throat, hang on. This one might be, you know, something that you're familiar with, and this one might be something that will bring in a little bit of uncertainty. But I just want to say to you, the only thing to fear is fear itself. And if you actually just get on that path, put those blinkers on and see the end result, it's going to happen. I always teach it like this, okay? You have this concept and idea that you want, okay? Let's say you want a new house, right? You want a new house, as an example. Okay, so your new house is at the end of the road, okay? Now, the way that I see it, it's like picking up kids from school, right? You pick the kids up from school and you know you're going home, okay? You know you're going home. So you know that you're going to get that house, right? You know that that's what you want, and you know that it's at the end, right? But you don't know when you pick your kids up from school what roundabout you're going to go around, if they're going to whinge and whine and want to stop off at Macca's and get a sundae. You don't know whether they're going to want to go, oh, Mum, I want to go shopping, I need new socks. You don't know what's going to happen between now and dropping those kids off home. But you know that the end result is you're going to get home. The same thing applies with manifesting, guys. Okay, there's your end result. Now, you don't always know what's going to happen. You don't know what roundabout, you don't know what obstacles are going to come into your life. You don't know, you know, whether you're going to have to wait. You don't know whether you're going to lose your job, whether you're going to get a new job. You don't know any of those fundamental things that are going to be between now and the end at that house. You don't know what that's going to be. But if you focus on knowing that you're going to get to that object at the end of your manifestation, just focus on it. Put your blinkers on and just know, I'm going there. I'm going there. That's what I've got my eyes on, and that's what I'm set on. Just like when you pick the kids up from school, you know they're going to be annoying. You know they're going to whinge and whine. You know they're going to want to go places. But at the end of the day, you're going to pull into that driveway and you know you're going to be home. Might take a couple of hours, might take 5 minutes, whatever. You know you're going to be home. And that's the same with manifesting. See that end result. See the end result. Know that there are things that come in and out, ebb and flow, move around in between now and then. But if you keep sight on what your end goal is, it's going to happen. Okay. And that's what I feel is relative to you right now. Okay, Nick, I hope that has helped you. So it's just saying, you know, you have choice to make. What's your choice going to be? Is it going to be to stand there and do nothing? Or is it going to be that you're going to make that dream happen? It's totally up to you. Make a choice, left or right, which way you're going to go. Either way, it's going to be an experience. There's no right or wrong, but yeah, just keep going, move forward and make a choice. Let's have a look here. Is anybody else new on today? Let me see. Hi, Beck. Brayden, how you going? How do I get the opportunity to ask a question? You ask a question. You just ask the question, Brayden, okay? Or I can pull some cards as well. Awesome, Nick. I'm glad that's helped you out. Jackie O'Sullivan, where are you? Jackie, let's pull a card for you. If you have a question that is relevant, or Heather, welcome. How are you? Where are you from, Heather? Today I'm reading with Scott Alexander King's cards, the nature messenger cards. Oh, there we go. Nature wisdom message cards. And these are kind of like a little vision quest, and they just give you guidance, signs and symbols, and an idea and a concept as to where things are right now for you. Okay. I love these little cards because they're small. I don't drop them too much. I try not to drop them too much, but hey, I do drop them a little bit. At least I'm not a gambler, right? At least that that I'd be no good as a card shark, because totally fail. Arizona. Heather's from Arizona. Welcome, Arizona. I've got friends in Vail, in Tucson, in the Sonora Mountains there. They've got a beautiful ranch. So, Jackie, let me see what we have for you. Okay, Austin, I love you. Be good. If you can't be good, be good at it. Okay, Jackie. Let's have a look and see where we're going for you. They're an hour and a half from you. That's awesome. I loved Arizona. It was so cool. And I love skunks, and I just get so excited because we don't have them here. Everyone used to laugh at me because they're like, there's a skunk. Okay, ice. Jackie, ice. Okay, this is your card. Why do you refuse to accept change? You're in stasis, grieving for your past, a belief. Why pretend all is fine as it should be? You waste energy with resentment and doubt. You're aloof and detached. You deny any peace. Learn to love and value yourself more. I'm going to repeat that line again. Learn to love and value yourself more. Okay, Jackie, see this? This is, to me, frozen emotion. Means that your emotions are so tucked inside you, they're almost stuck. They're frozen in time. So what I want to say to you, Jackie, is start to thaw them out. Let them out. Better out than in. They're like a fart, really. I know that sounds, a bit gross, but hey, we all do it. Big deal. Better out than in. There's an old Robbie Burns poem that says, "Wherever you be," what is it? "Wherever you be, let the wind blow free." Robbie Burns, a great Scottish poet. Anyway, what this talks to me about is that you've kept everything inside. Everything inside of you. And there's so many things that over the years have piled up, if that makes sense. It's just like stacking up. It's like you sweep everything under the carpet. I'll deal with it later, put it in a box. I've just been, as I said a little bit earlier, I've been packing up boxes because I'm moving house. And the stuff that I have found in boxes, and the stuff that I have found that I didn't even know I had, and it's just like, what is this? I need to get rid of this. I don't use it anymore. I have no need for it anymore. Some things I've passed on because I figure that other people can get more benefit out of them. And it's just like, wow, check all this out. And I just like been tossing it out, getting rid of it, giving it away, whatever. And emotions are very much the same. We store them in the bottom of boxes and we forget that they're there. But what happens over time is that, the garage becomes full. We become full, and it starts to like put pressure on us from the inside out. And, we become anxious. We become strained. We become depressed sometimes. We become, just, there's this pent up being that's ready to explode because energetically we've got so much inside of us that we haven't let go of. And I really feel, Jackie, that this is you at the present time. I feel like there's so many triggers that have happened in the last few months that have sort of like set you off, but you can't do anything about it because you haven't dealt with similar situations and circumstances that are rising from your past, if that makes sense. Emotions and triggers run on a timeline. So it's a classic NLP practice of, when something happens in our life, chances are that it's happened before. And, when you go way back in the timeline and you figure out that, at age 5, your mum left you at home and you wanted to go out, but you felt like you were abandoned, it sets up a trigger point so that all the way through, whether you're 15, 20, 25, 40, whatever, whenever you feel abandoned, all of those little trigger points come trickling up all at the same time. And so it's not only do you feel the abandonment of the current time and present time, you feel all the abandonment issues that come along that strain with it. And, you just become so overwhelmed and you just become so, I guess, frozen. And everything becomes frozen in time because you just don't know how to deal with it. It's like pressing pause on the television. I don't know how to deal with this right now. I'm just going to pause it. Then what happens is we go through life and we forget about it being on pause, and then we find, something else we want to watch, and then we watch that, and we watch something else. We don't get time, so we press pause, and all of a sudden it's like when you got your you remember when you used to have the ability to record TV shows on videotapes and stuff, and then all of a sudden your tape is full. Same thing goes there, Jackie. You're full. You need to offload some of this stuff and set yourself free. Thaw it out. Let it go. Connect to yourself, okay? Because this is just giving me an indication of detachment and just how detached you are from you, sweetheart. Okay. Don't pretend that all is fine when it actually isn't. You're spending so much time trying to keep it together. It's okay to fall apart. It's okay to let it go. It's okay to cry. It's okay to scream. It's okay to do all of those things. And you just have to realize that no matter what, you are loved. No matter what, you're loved by the universe, you're loved by spirit, you're loved by your family. Okay. So it just doesn't matter. You just need to take some time and, in a blunt way, own your shit and deal with it. That's blunt though, isn't it? Hey, that's blunt, Bec, for you. Always tell people I'm off the cuff. This is how I am. There you go. So I hope that makes sense for you, Jackie. I'd probably get kicked off the radio, some of the stuff that I come out with, to be honest. But do you know what? People are real. You have to keep it real. I think the best way to communicate with people is actually speak their language. And especially when people come for readings with me, they come in and they don't know what to expect, and they're scared. Some of them are really scared, and it's just, it can be quite confronting. And especially when you're sort of like opening up and delving into the souls of these beautiful people, and they're sitting there pouring their hearts out to you. It's the last thing that you want to do is like some stick with a plum in your mouth. People aren't like that, and I try and be the realest version of myself that I possibly can. I mean, I know we all have personas. We've got a family persona, we've got a work persona, we've got a public persona. There's no way that I would say fart on a you know, I probably would, but you know, in some of the spiritualist churches, you can't do that. And it's just, you know, you just modify yourself for whatever forum that you're working in. So if I do offend anybody, then I apologize. Look at this. I love the way all these people jump on and say, can you message me for a free reading? It's like, wow. I don't know where they're from. India or something like that. It's funny. A couple of weeks ago, I don't know if anyone was on, but somebody put on there like wanting to sell, I think it was monkey meat or something like that. It was something really bizarre. Anyway, I don't know what it was. All right, let's have a look here. Yeah, Braden, it was like monkey. I don't know. They jumped on. They were like trying to sell monkey meat, or it was something bizarre. I don't know what it was. Some of the guys on here might remember, but it was really funny. It's really funny. All right. Nick's online. I'm going to pull these cards out because I love these. I love the way I'm so blessed to be affiliated with Animal Dreaming Publishing, and you know, I really support those guys. I love what they do. I love what they represent. I know how hard they've worked to get to where they are, and a lot of their authors are actually my very best friends. And I've got Nick vibes online at the moment, and these are Nick's Enchanted Soul cards. Here they are here. Whoop, there we go. And I'm going to have Nick on the show in the coming weeks as well. And what just a beautiful journey. Scott was talking about these cards and Nick the other day too on Animal Dreaming Radio. Bec, do you remember the monkey? Yeah, so I'm going to use these for the next one. Ronit Shalomatek, need to message you, Ronit, at some stage. Okay. All right. Let me see where I'm going. Maria. Reminds me of the West Side Story song. Maria. I remember seeing that. Monkey meat. Yeah. They put some weird stuff up. I said, I don't want any monkey meat, but do you have any armadillo? All right, we're using Nick's cards. Now, these cards were inspired. I'm going to use the word inspired. These cards were inspired or birthed. That's a better word. These cards were birthed from Nick's beautiful journey back to self. Okay. You know, Nick was feeling lost. He didn't know his way in the world. And, you know, suddenly he just thought, you know what? Change has to happen. And he lost a hell of a lot of weight. He went inside himself. He found his spiritual the spiritual being connected to that, and just has been unstoppable since. And you know what I actually love about these cards is that I know how real they are, and I know how raw they are, because I know Nick and I know what he went through on his journey. And it's about, you know, transmutation. It's about shedding that skin, and you know, it's about, you know, getting rid of unwanted stuff. And the more Nick delved into himself, the more weight came off him, because weight, you know, is protection. Okay. You know, in my case, it's probably eating too much chocolate, but you know, the weight that is on and near and around us, unless it's medication, of course, you know, a lot of people that are on antidepressants will, one of the side effects is weight and things like that. And, unfortunately, the only thing you can do to counteract that, I guess, is just maintain a healthy balance of food and exercise and things like that. So you are, doing the best that you can to provide a living, healthy vessel for your soul to exist in. But generally weight is is about protection. And the more that Nick worked on himself and the more that he found himself, the more the weight came off. I mean, he had to work so hard to do it, but it worked. Okay, it worked. And so every challenge that he went through and every obstacle that he climbed over and every heartbreak and every emotion, all of it, these cards are the result. And he's done these for you guys. He's done these because he's learned from his journey, and he's such a giver in life. He just wants to be able to help people like I do. As light workers, or whatever you want to call it, I prefer the word, I prefer, the word to just say, I'm employed by spirit or by God, whichever you want to say. But I just feel as if, we are workers for a higher cause. And, we sometimes put aside our own selves for the greater good of everything and everybody in the world. And Nick is certainly one of those people. And so the journey that he went on, it's like he tested it out for you guys. He knows that it works. And so now he's got this incredible deck of cards that are so real and so raw and so beautifully done, illustrated by Bella Finch from Animal Dreaming Publishing. And, they're so simple, but so to the point and so accurate, if that makes sense. So let's have a look here. And Maria, let's see what guidance we can get you. Adriana, welcome to the banter. Where are you from? Welcome to the show. Hey, Georgina, where are you from? Welcome to the show. All right, let's have a look here. Maria, all right, the card that I've got for you is this one. Come with faith. Come. With faith comes hope. With hope comes faith. With hope and faith comes love. With love comes me. With me comes life. I might say my battery's low. Gee whiz. That's because I turn off the power. Oh, no, it's not. It's there. What's it doing? Give me a second. We're having a... That's weird. I shouldn't be doing that. Hmm. 2 seconds. My battery's going to go flat for some reason. Fixed it. Technical whiz. It might help if you actually turn it on at the PowerPoint. Yes, it might. So, back to it. With faith comes hope. With hope comes faith. With hope and faith comes love. With love comes me. With me comes life. Look at that. What amazing words. Okay. So, what I'm actually wanting to say with this is that, you have to have faith and hope. If you don't have faith and hope in yourself, then what's the point? Okay, faith and hope equals love. If you can't look in the mirror and love yourself, what's the point? Okay, what's the point? So many of us look in the mirror and go, ugh, run past, slap your makeup on, put your crap in your hair, whatever, and then get going. But how many of you actually stare at yourself in the mirror? How many of you actually stop and look at yourself in the mirror and go, hey, I'm great? I want you to all do this today. I want you to all look in the mirror, and I want you to just love some part of you. Just start with some part of you. Hey, I got great hair. Love the way my eyebrows sit today. Love the way I've done my makeup. I look really cool. That's a clean shave. I love the shirt that I'm wearing. Whatever. I want you all to actually look in the mirror And when Magic Mirror says, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? I want you to scream out, it's me. I'm the fairest of them all. It's me. Because, guys, the world near and around us is a reflection of who we are. Okay. And if we love everybody else around us, then we've got to love ourselves too, because they're a reflection of who we are, but we don't recognize it. Okay. We just don't recognize it. The next one is hope, right? I've got it tattooed on my knuckles. Hope. Okay. And the other one is love, love and hope, right? You probably can't see because I've got my rings on, but it is love and hope. And I did that because I meet a lot of people in my work, and so many people, like, they go to touch me or something like that, and it's not always appropriate, but I'll hold their hand. And what I wanted to pass on with each handshake was hope and love. And so that's why I had it tattooed on my knuckles. Some people will question, why'd you get that done? It's ugly, stuff like that. But there's always a reason behind all of my tattoos. They're not just stuff I've chosen because I like it. They're actually medicine tattoos, and each and every one of them has a very important meaning for me in my life. It's a part of my journey. I'm a shamanic practitioner, and the indigenous training that I have. Just like the mocho of the New Zealanders. Tattoos tell a story in the old ways, and it's only Western civilization over the years that have sort of said there's something wrong about it, but it's actually not. If you go back in indigenous cultures, there's tattoos. There's tattoos there that mean something. It's their family history. It's their heritage. It's what they do. There are so many reasons. But if you go back in most indigenous cultures throughout the world, you will find tattoos are really important in their culture, and mine are exactly the same. Each and every one of them has a really big meaning for me, and I just happened to put those on my knuckles because that's where they went. But I tell you what, it hurt like hell, and I probably wouldn't go back for a second go. So yeah, I'm not about to jump on in and get knuckles done again because they hurt. But hope and faith are really important. Love is really important as well, the vibration of love. Now, I know you're all watching, and I'm going to give you a perfect example here of just how important love is, right? And it might sound really wanky to you, and it might sound like, this is really weird, but I want all of you to say out loud the word hate. I just want you to say it. Hate. Hate, hate, hate. Say it, whatever. Do it. Do it now. Everyone say hate. Now I want you to say the word love. See how different it is. It's such a different vibration. There's no comparison. Now I want you to think of a child or an animal that you love unconditionally. And there's a different vibration of love again. I want to hear some of the comments on what you've just done. Okay, I want to hear some of the comments because it's really relative. It's really relative, especially for you, Maria, with this card. You really need to have a look at how you love yourself and how you embrace yourself and how you actually, move through life. You give so much love and abundance to everybody else, but for some reason, you just can't bring yourself to accept it. So that's your lesson for the week, and I'm going to pass that card over to you. Michaela's saying I can barely get the word hate out. How did everyone else go with it? Ronnie Slade, I remember that monkey meat. That was so funny, wasn't it? Claire, you're in Wyndham. Is that Werribee? Oh, no, it's Thailand. You're in Thailand. Hey, Thailand. What time is it there? I love music. Spirit always gives you music. And it's like crazy because you're like, can't get this song out of your head. Was it a few weeks ago? My other half loves ABBA. And what was it? Oh, I can't remember the song now. And we could not get it out of our heads. It was just like, I'm not even going to think of it because I know it's going to stick in my head and I don't want it there. But you know, when you get that music stuck in your head and it just drives you insane, it's like, yeah, got to get this music out of my head. Unless it's Dolly Parton, of course, you know, now you know that that's all acceptable. Cool. Welcome, Claire. All right. John's saying it's hard for a lot of people, your ego. Yeah, look, the ego gets in the way. Or you're talking about my ego. Ego does get in the way. I mean, we have to have a certain amount of, a certain amount of ego. Otherwise that's what keeps us on this platform. But it's also, a part of the journey is actually just realizing that the ego exists and that we all can become self-important and egotistical from time to time. But it's like Alcoholics Anonymous or any of those drug anonymous places. Half the battle is just recognition. And once you can recognize it, you can start to work on it. But, for many people, recognition and actually seeing what it is the biggest battle of all. But once you can actually see it and own it, then, half that battle is won. So, yeah, I totally agree there, John. It certainly is ego. Adriana's saying that she's in tears. Why is it so weird? Because it's the vibration, the true essence of love. Children and animals love unconditionally. They don't have any conditions on their love. Adults, we put conditions on our love. We have expectation on what that people should be within a relationship. We have expectations on how they should act, how they should treat us, what we deserve, all of those things. But children don't. They just love for the sake of loving. All they need is to know that they're going to be fed, they have shelter, and that they have a parent there or somebody to care for them. They're very primal in the way that they relate to the world. And I think that we can learn a lot of kids through learn a lot of lessons from watching children and observing how they see the world and how they conduct themselves in the world, because I think we forget so many things. Claire, let's pull you a card from this incredible deck by Nick Vibes. No, Adrian, it's not. I'm not even going there. All right. I'm not even thinking of it. La, 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 la. Not thinking of it. Abba can go away. She's going to watch this later, live streaming. She's a professor at Melbourne Uni teaching, and she's doing a lecture at the minute, but she'll probably watch this later and go, oh my God, that goddamn song. Okay, Claire in Thailand. Claire, what are you doing in Thailand? I'm curious now. Is it hot over there? Do you like play with elephants and stuff? That's like when people say, do you have kangaroos jumping on your back lawn? Tammy, you certainly can ask a question. These cards are all over the place. Wait a minute. See, it just goes to prove just how talented I am. It doesn't matter what card deck that I have, I can always manage to drop it for you. Isn't that clever? I think it is. It doesn't matter what card. I'll drop it for you, no worries. All right, Claire, let's have a look. See what we've got. I'm going to choose this one for you. Walker's one. Look, whales, aren't they cute? We're all one, me, you, and the world. We walk together as individuals united in our knowledge. Wow, Claire. Claire owns and runs a charity school for Burmese migrant children. That is incredible. Claire, I would love to know more about that. So can you message me privately? Because I want to know more about it. That sounds really cool. Okay. Tammy, I can see your message. Just let me do this reading and I'll get right onto it for you. So, Claire, we're all one, you, me, and the world around us. We walk together as individuals, united in our knowledge. Okay. Claire, what I'm getting from this card is that you need to ask for help. Okay. I can see that you have huge, big heart, and I see that you've got open arms, and you try to take on so much of it yourself. But I just want to say to you, reach out. Okay, because there are people out there that are more than happy to help you out. There are people out there like me. I didn't even know that this existed. Okay, and I'm a really big advocate for anything that is like what you're actually doing. And I feel that that's just absolutely amazing in what you do, in any of thing that you can do to help people that are less fortunate. And I work with the homeless here in Australia from time to time with the Jack Reed Foundation in Queensland. And it's such a rewarding thing to be able to help other people. That's why I love doing these banter shows, because I love helping you guys. I get something out of it. I get to share love, and I get to share guidance that, is a gift that I've been graced with in this lifetime. And it would be selfish of me to just keep it all to myself. So I actually love, sharing these messages and sharing, beautiful work by my dear friends. I mean, these are Nick's cards. These are Sharon's beautiful fairy cards. We got Scott's cards. I mean, these are my friends. These are people who just like you guys have had to start somewhere. And just knowing that the journey of where these people have come from to where they are right now, it's absolutely incredible. Everybody has to start somewhere with their dream. So guys, I know you're all listening because I've got your attention. I want you to dream, and dream things, dream things into being. Don't just sit there and wish upon a star. Drag that star down, you know get the energy out of it and use it to move forward, because every single person has the ability to be abundant, has the ability to be incredible, and has the ability to bring their dreams into reality, if that makes sense. So what I'm at, back, this is all relevant to what I'm actually saying for Claire, is that you give so much of this beautiful energy to people near and around you. I just feel like it's almost like ant medicine. You can move a whole mountain if you actually ask for help and say, hey guys, we need to move this mountain. Do you want to grab that little pebble? And do you want to grab that little pebble? I know that you're strong, and I know that incredibly patient with the way that you work, and methodical in the way that you work. But I just feel as if you could do with a little bit of help from time to time. So just remember that we are all connected. We are all connected, even though you feel as if sometimes you're slugging it out on your own, and you're up against red tape, and you're up against politics. And people don't realize just the amount of work that goes behind charity organizations, and just being able to provide for other people. There's so much that people don't understand and don't see. What they see is the surface. They see, I guess, the shop front, but they don't actually see what actually goes into building the foundations. So I just want to say to you that just remember that you're not on your own, Claire. There's a big world out there, and there are certainly lots of people that would love to share their knowledge, and share their working experience, walk along with you and actually share what they have. So I know that that's relevant for you, and I'm just going to pass that over with lots of love and respect for what you do. And like I said, I would love to hear more about your organization. And I think it's incredible. So many people are so giving and loving. And so thank you for what you do for those kids. Okie dokies. Let me have a look here. Okay. All right. While I'm having a look, I'm just got it flying across the screen at the moment is the office email address. So if you guys want a reading at any time, just message on the email that's coming across the screen at the present time, and we will book you in for a one-on-one reading. It's always a lot more intimate. I get to work with spirit and bring through loved ones and ancestors that have passed over, and they can bring some absolutely incredible incredible messages through, and it's always beautiful to be able to just provide for people and give them peace of mind. So if any of you watching today want to have a reading, just email office.ozpsychicbarber@gmail.com, and I'll get onto that and we'll book you in and talk face to face. Let's have a look here. You could go to bed, John. Certainly, anytime. Tammy's asking. Um, Tammy's asking, will the guy I'm seeing at the moment, will it end up together long term? Tammy, look, it's dependent upon, I guess, the free will of the other person involved. And without knowing who they are, I can't really read the energy of what's actually going to happen. But the guidance that I can give you is to not lose your power to this relationship. Don't become codependent upon it. If there's one thing that I have learned in all of my relationships over time is that a true relationship and a beautiful relationship is an extension of who you already are. And it's just like that added extra, it's like the meal is perfect, but you just got to add that little bit of extra spice and it just makes it perfect. That's what a good relationship is. It's not symbiotic. It's not, you need to be with that person 24 hours a day. You can love them and have them in your thoughts and all that sort of stuff, but you don't need to live under their armpit. You're stable within your own self. And I feel like that's more to the point, that the message that spirit's wanting to pass across to you is that you need to be in your own power in this relationship if it's actually going to blossom and move forward. I feel as if it does have potential, but I'm just feeling as if there's a little bit of codependency there, and it's like I feel as if you're like on bated breath, if that makes sense. I always think if you're questioning a relationship, then have a look in the relationship as to things that might be a little bit wobbly, things that you could do to sort of like move forward or let go of. And that's the sort of guidance that I'm wanting to pass across to you in answering your question. So will you end up together long term? What I want to say to you is that, nothing in life is ever guaranteed, and just enjoy the moment. Focus on the now and how you can make that relationship the best relationship that you can possibly be in right now. Okay, don't worry too much about the long term, because if we focus on the long term, we're missing out on what we're actually seeing right here and right now. So yeah, just hold on to those thoughts, sweetheart, and I wish you all the best. Nick, you're so funny. Yes, I have sons. They do have smelly armpits, especially when they're teenagers. It's like you open up their room and it's just like, ugh. Hey, Francis, how's our duck? Francis has this little duck, and way back when we first started the banter, Valentina, her name is. She must have been, heading to the pearly gates of Duckville, wherever that may be, and she fell off the truck, the little one, and hurt her legs, I think it was. And so Francis has been nursing her back to health, and little Valentina is our our sort of like our banter babe. So we always like ask how she is and what she's doing, and she's the cutest little thing. Melanie Williams, how are you? Adrian, how are you? Look at you guys talking about smelly feet and armpits. They're gross, aren't they? Look, Pam Hewitt's written, I like to think of a relationship like a cup holder in a car. It's an optional extra, handy, desirable, but really it has no effect on the performance of the vehicle. Oh, go for it, Pam. That's amazing. I got to put that up. It's so good. There you go. There's Pam's comment. It's perfect. Michaela's written, cup holders was essential for me when I was buying a car. Oh my God. How are you, Melanie? Are you good? All right, guys, we've got 15 minutes. Let's see what we can smash out in 15 minutes. Where am I going to go? Ginger. All right, here we go. Ginger's saying, can I have a card, please? Of course you can. You guys make me laugh. Crack me up. Oh, I must change these barber chairs over and get the other one up here. I am well, Melanie. How are you? I love that. You guys, that's what I love about this banter. It's there is a serious note to it always. In every reading there's a clear and concise message from spirit and guidance. So I don't want you to think that I'm goofing off all the time, because I do take my job seriously, and I do take my connection to spirit very seriously. And I just have this belief system that life's too heavy, and a bit of laughter goes a long way. And that's why I try and do, it's really important for me to put a smile on people's faces. And as Dolly Parton always says, if you see somebody without a smile, give them yours. And so here I am, smiling away, passing across smiles. Dropping cards. All right, Ginger, let's go. Let's have a look here for you. All right, inner peace. As I walk my path, I see the road of triumph ahead. As I start to live, I see the road of the open heart. Adriana, I'll answer that in a second for you. Okay. So, Ginger, what I see for this one is actually, it's about you finding that inner peace. I feel like you've been on a journey recently, and I can see that you've let go of a lot of things as well. I feel like sometimes, some of the hardest things that we do in our life are actually the most beneficial for us. And just the guidance that I'm getting for spirit on your card is that, it has been a struggle for you letting go of some things. It's been a struggle of you owning some things as well. I don't know why, Ginger, and I don't feel like this is relative to you personally, but I have to mention the word addiction in your world as well. So I don't know where addiction places, or where that sort of like I guess training wheels, or what support, or whatever it is. We all have our vices, and I just feel like I have to mention the word addiction near and around that. And I just want to say to you that you've come from a long journey. You've come a long journey. It's almost like the El Camino, where you've just almost gone on that soul path, that soul I guess soul ripping dark night of the soul journey that you've come for. And I just see that the light at the end of the tunnel is coming up for you. And I just want to say well done. I feel that there's been a lot of shedding, a lot of tears, a lot of release, and the inner peace is coming. So whatever hardship that you've been struggling with, what the obstacles that you've been through in the last 2 years, I just feel like the end is coming, the end is in sight. And once you step into that light, you're going to see things from a whole new world, a whole new perspective. And don't start singing that song, anyone. And I just feel as if life is abundant. I see these as bear prints almost. I don't know what Rosie's drawn on them, but I see them as bear prints, and it's like you have come out of your what do you call it? What do you call it when they go hibernation? You come out of your hibernation and you step in and into this, world, and you don't know what's happened over winter, and suddenly the sun's in your face, and you're looking at new blossoms and new trees, and new little ones running around in springtime and all that sort of stuff. So I just feel like you've been a sleeping bear for some time, and you coming out and starting to walk that path, and see that there's a whole bunch of blessings and abundance, and everything's fruitful for you in the road ahead. So I really feel positive about this card for you, and I know that that's going to place for you, if that makes sense. Okay, Ginger, no worries. Sending you some love on that one, sweetheart. Okay, that makes sense then for this card. I think that yeah, I said 2 years, didn't I? Okay. Nick's saying energy flows easier if it's light. Okay, Adrienne. Running across the screen, guys, if you want to have a reading with me, is my email, office.ozpsychicbarber@gmail.com. Okay, you have some spots always available, so I make myself available. I'm pretty flexible with my schedule because I used to be a shift worker myself, so I know that 9 to 5 isn't always okay for people. So I do have some after-hour appointments that I try and put forward. Michaela's sending love to Ginger. See, I love you guys for this. You all jump on, and it's a big happy family on here, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? Okay, Adrienne, love a reading. Let's see what Nick's got to store for you. Do you know what? It's the same card, and I just shuffled those, okay? Walk as one, all right? We're all as one. So this is exactly the same card as I read before. We're all one, me, you, and the world. We walk together as individuals, united in our knowledge. So Adrienne, this one is exactly the same as what I was reading for Claire. You need to ask for help. You're such a giver, and you give so much of yourself to other people, but I want you to turn around, and I want you to actually give back to yourself. I feel you're tired and lethargic, and I'm seeing that sleepless nights and heavy mind is what Spirit's actually showing me for you. I don't know if you've lost a piece of jewelry recently, but I'm just being reminded, or just being shown, that it's not lost. It's just laying where you've just forgotten you've put it. So if you've lost a piece of jewelry recently, it is still around, and I just want to say to you, look a bit harder, because it's not lost. It's just misplaced. Just chuck that in there just for goodwill. But getting back to the meaning of the card, I just feel as if that you do need to pause. You need to take some time for yourself. You need to honor who you are as well. Okay, so many of us don't honor our value or value ourselves, and I just feel, Adrienne, that you need to sort of just nurture yourself a little bit more. Slap that face mask on. Okay, do your nails, get a pedicure, hop in a bath with some bath bombs or something. Nurture, nurture, nurture is what I want to say to you. And just take a moment to revitalize and give to you what you give to other people. Nick's bagging me out. That's because I'm rubbish at shuffling, or maybe you're just having a lot of people with the same energy and they're not listening, so you need to keep showing them. That is not true, okay? I shuffled those cards and I didn't drop them. So, Nick, how about you tell us what's going on energy-wise at the moment? How about that? So Nick's the residential astrologer, and I'm going to put her on the spot now and ask her to explain to everybody what's happening with the energy at the moment. What are we feeling? How is it affecting us? And what's going on in the heavens? Yay, you did a mask last night. Woohoo! See, Spirit knows. They watch stuff, yeah? So, Adrienne Merritt, that made sense, didn't it? Yes, Bec, it did. I know it did. Where am I going? From one Adrian to another. Adriana, how you going? May I please have a reading? I've really been struggling. Of course you can. Let's have a look. And let's go with Scott's cards for you. Okay, let's have a look here. So I'm using these cards. You're welcome, Adrienne. Did that make sense for you? Maria's saying, I love listening to all the readings you do for the cards that you pick for everyone. I love using different cards. Spirit tells me, pick that one up, put that one down, pick that one up, put that one down. All of these cards that I'm using are available through Animal Dreaming Publishing. You know, they have an incredible you know, array of, you know, cards that you can actually order. Scrolling across the bottom is the link, okay, Animal Dreaming Publishing. You can get it on my Facebook page as well, the Australian Psychic Barber. You know, it's also there. You can actually link on and get some of these cards, and they're just brilliant. They're all really, you know, financially, in regards to how much is it going to cost out of your pocket, they're really worth their value. And they're not that expensive, you know, they really aren't. They try and keep the prices down and, you know, just support as many people as they possibly can. They come from a really good heart and really care about their authors and care about, you know, the people that they're actually distributing to. So animaldreamingpublishing.com, and the link is running across the screen at this moment. Okay, I'm using Scott's cards at the present time. Nature's Wisdom message cards. All right, so let's go with Adriana and just see what's going on there. But don't look. I'm not dropping them, I promise. I promise I'm not. Beck's saying, the main thing I know is that Mars went retrograde today. That means it's not going backwards anymore. Nick's probably figuring it out, so I'm sure she'll write something in a second. She's pretty cluey with the old stars. So just give her a second and hopefully she'll pop something up. If you want to have your star charts done or whatever she does done, just contact her. She'll pop up the link in a minute. And Nick comes online to explain to you guys just how, you know, the world affects us. Adriana saying, I recently found my necklace with my brother's ashes in it, so it's not lost anymore. And I've been saying I need to get a petty for a while, but push it off to do things. Here we go. Here's our reading from Nick. Let's put it up here for you guys to see. So Nick's saying all the outer planets are still in retrograde, so people will be struggling with discipline, expansion, energy, and intensity. Mars is about to go into retrograde tomorrow. What does that mean, Nick? What does it mean for Mars to go into retrograde? What does that mean? While we're waiting for Nick, we'll go back to Adriana. And I already did yours, didn't I, though? Did I do yours, Adriana? Can't remember now. I didn't write it down. Adriana, did I do your reading? I've read so many, I can't remember. I don't think I did. There you go. Adriana's found her piece of missing. All right, thank you. I didn't think so. I just wanted to make sure. Otherwise, I would have sounded really spazzy. Thanks, Michaela. All right. Yours is mammal. Okay, Adriana. No, mammal. All right. You're being reminded that you are safe, loved, strong, and have the sacred gift of life. Okay. You have emotional issues that must be addressed in some way. Take responsibility, acknowledge the issues, abandon them completely, abandon them completely, or commit to dealing with them later. This is really similar to the vein of the way that the readings are going at the present time. I find as a reader, as a medium, that you have kind of like um, you know look at that, poo for $1. Does anyone want to buy poo for $1? Sorry, let me get rid of this. Um, Sorry, guys. I'll just get rid of that. So yeah, as I was saying, you know, I actually don't know what I was saying. I blocked it then. Just bear with me for 2 seconds to pick it up. I just don't like it when people jump on the thread and try and put stuff up there that's just rubbish and a waste of time for you all. But Adriana, I just feel as if you know oh, that's what I was talking about, the vein and the thread, wasn't it? So yeah, I find that as a reader, what happens is that you might get, for instance, a reading theme, I guess is the word to actually put it, a reading theme that comes throughout the week. So I might have like 3 or 4 readings in a week, and they all have breast cancer connections, or they all have relationship issues, or they all have work related issues, and so everything runs in a theme. And today I think the theme is definitely about looking at ourselves and loving ourselves. It's about dealing with the emotions, the frozen emotions that are stuck inside of each and every one of us. And in this COVID situation, and we really are stuck in the womb. We can't get out. We're feeling restricted. A lot of us don't know who we are anymore. And we're just stuck in this little cocoon like chrysalid, and we're just like, wow, what's going on? Suddenly we've gone from being free and cruising along as little caterpillars, and then like bang, we're in this thing and we don't know how to get out of it. But it's just about trusting. It's about trusting that the universe knows what's right for us. It's about trusting that the universe can provide for us in what we actually need to sustain our journey in this soul path that we're on. And so Adriana, for you, I really feel that this card is very similar to the theme that everybody else has had this reading and this banter show, is that it's about loving yourself. It's about feeling safe. It's about feeling loved. It's about having hope and an understanding that at some stage the emotional the emotional issues that each and every one of us have, and you too, Adriana, the emotion that you have kept inside, it's going to come up. It's got to go somewhere. And so we may as well start to deal with it while we're in this chrysalid stage. We may as well deal with it now, because then once we've dealt with it, we can shake it off, leave it in the past, and actually move forward. Okay. The hardest thing, as I said to you early on, and the hardest battle one, is when you actually acknowledge that there is something that needs to be looked at, or when you acknowledge that there's an issue, or you acknowledge that something needs to be dealt with. That's the hardest part. For alcoholics, the hardest thing is to go, I'm an alcoholic. It's the hardest thing, and it's the most rewarding thing, because they finally accept that there's a problem. Once you can accept that there's an issue or a problem or something that needs to be dealt with, you can actually then be able to move forward. So this card literally says, acknowledge the issues, commit to deal with them, or just let them go. And so I feel like that's really relative for you, Adriana, in where you are on your path. And I just want to send you lots of love and blessings. But just remember, look in that mirror and know that you're okay, that you're loved, and you're the best version of yourself today. So where are we going here? Just want to say thank you to Nick for popping up that astrology. There it is again, for those of you that are wondering how the planets are affecting us at the present time. Everything's weird. Michaela Jago's going, definitely a self-reflection, self-love theme. Yeah, it always happens that way. It really does always happen that way. Um, okay, guys, I can see that there's a few of you that are still requesting some readings, but we are at the 2 o'clock mark, and I do have to get on with my day and my readings that I have booked in. um I just want to say to you, be gentle with yourselves, okay? Really be gentle with you at the present time. This world is hard enough without us being hard on ourselves. And so I just want to say to you, in each and every day, just honor the blessing that is you, okay? Each and every one of us, we appreciate everybody else, but we forget to appreciate ourselves. And I just feel as if take that time now to appreciate the incredible person that you are, okay? The incredible person that you are, because you are. You love, you feed people, you do all the chores, and it's about respecting who you are. And when you respect who you are, other people are going to respect you as well, if that makes sense. um and so, in going with the rest of the theme of today's readings, I just want to say to you, embrace the internal love a little bit. I know that we all have issues that we don't like to deal with. I know that we all have issues that sort of come up from time to time. We have, skeletons in the closet that can haunt us and all of those things. And, just ask yourself, is this something that you want to hang on to for the rest of your time in this world? Is it something that you want to live with? There's so much baggage that we hold on from lessons that we've actually learned in our life. And it's like, just imagine for a minute that at birth you get given a backpack, and you get given this bag, and there's no wheelie thing on it. You got to carry this. It's a backpack. And so every single thing that you learn your entire life up until this present, you're shoving the notes in. It's like a lecture. Yep, okay, lecture on how to walk. Here's the notes, shove it in my backpack. Lecture on how to eat. Yep, shove it in my backpack. Lecture on love. Yep, shove that in my backpack. Lectures on grief, shove that in my backpack. And so every single aspect of your life, imagine if there's a note written on it. If you made a mistake, you can't rub it out. No, you've got to have those notes in your backpack as well, whether you've got to sit that exam again, whatever. Just imagine that you've got this backpack that you're carrying your entire life, and you get to now, and you like wonder, why are you so heavy? Because we've made no mistakes in life. We've made choices that have given us the opportunity to learn. Now, some of those choices, they may not have been easy. You might see them as wrong choices, but they're actually not. They're actually choices that have evolved our souls. They're lessons that we agreed to before we actually came down here. And so, we beat ourselves up about it, and we say this is wrong and that's wrong, and we made that mistake, and I wish they'd never met them, and blah, blah, blah. But what I want you to do is just ask yourself, how incredible are these lessons? And just have a look at each and every one, and what did you learn from it? When you get in a relationship that you deem crappy, what did you learn from it? Never going to do that again. So you learn all those lessons. Doesn't mean, the entire thing was absolutely rubbish, because I know that in every relationship there's good and bad. I know in every relationship, so we get tested. No matter how good we think that relationship, things will come out and we will be tested, because it's a part of growing. It's a part of growing together and learning and moving forward. Our partners should push us, and in them we should see parts of ourselves that need growth and need maturity, if that makes sense. And so each and every one of you, just have a look at what you've got in your backpacks right now. Do you want to carry that around for the rest of your life? Or do you want to start sorting through that backpack and start, burning some of those papers and getting rid of them? Or just throw the whole backpack out? You don't need the notes on how to walk, how to read, how to swim, how to thrive. You don't need those notes anymore. You got them. You're not going to fall in that hole again, because you've fallen in it 3 times already and you get it. So get rid of the notes. Get rid of the pain. Get rid of all the stuff that you don't need associated with those lessons, and just go, hey, I did okay. I'm fine. We all have a roof over our head, food in our belly, and people that love us. We're doing fine, guys. We're doing fine. And just remember, what we have, somebody else is praying their ass off to get. So we're blessed. We're abundant. We're all on here together. Looking at the comments is just incredible. And the support that you give me is incredible. And it's such a blessing to be able to give that back. But just remember, the only thing you have to do is be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Don't beat yourself up if you're having a bad day. That's okay. It's the best version of you that you could be today. I'm going to leave you with that thought. Check out what's in those backpacks and maybe start to dig in and get rid of them a little bit during the week. Friday, what am I talking about? Sunday, I'm back on at 8 o'clock for the Sunday night banter. Hope I can see some of you guys there. We've still got some cards to read. I might do some aura readings. Spirit might come through. Who knows? Who knows? But join me again on Sunday at 8 p.m. If you want to book a reading with me, give me an email, okay? office.ozpsychicbarber@gmail.com. It's running across the screen. office.ozpsychicbarber@gmail.com, and I'll book you in. Sending you lots of love. Be gentle, guys, okay? You don't need to walk through this earth thumping and clunking along. Just be gentle. Nurture the pathway, and the pathway will nurture you. I'm going to leave it with there, and I'll talk to you all soon. Have a brilliant week.